The man met his fiancée for the first time and immediately threw a flying knife at her. However, the woman didn't even look and effortlessly caught the knife. The man, not satisfied, threw another one, but all of them were easily caught by the woman. Then, with one knife in each hand, she slowly walked toward him. The man thought to himself, now you've got no hands. So, he threw another knife at her. Unexpectedly, the woman twisted her slim waist and caught the knife in her mouth. She then aimed at him and tossed the knife. Before the man could react, she pulled the knife from her mouth. She leapt toward him. The knife stopped just a millimeter away from his eye. This finally made the man quiet. He didn't expect his grandfather had found such a strong wife for him. Little did he know, she was the leader of the world's #1 assassination organization. Unexpectedly, due to an accident, her soul had crossed into the rich heiress who was on her way to his home. At this point, his grandfather heard the noise and walked over. He was thrilled to see someone finally able to handle his grandson. It was him who said that if anyone could marry his grandson, he'd go with them to get the marriage certificate. Now, it was time to fulfill that promise. Finally, the rebellious grandson obediently went with the woman to get the marriage certificate. But even after marrying her, he insisted on making rules. He said, first, their marriage was just for show. Second, she should stay away from him, and he didn't want her to touch him. Before he could even say the third rule, the woman pressed him against a wall. She said that he needed to abandon his reckless ways and stop causing trouble. Second, he had to be home before midnight and couldn't stay out overnight. Third, he had to listen to her. Without looking back, she jumped into the car. By the time the man reacted, she had already sped off. Angered, the man swore to make her pay. He had to walk home. Just as he reached the door, he found out the ancient painting he got for his grandfather had arrived. The man thought, isn't this the perfect opportunity? As his grandfather was admiring the painting, he deliberately asked the woman to serve tea to his grandfather. She didn't think much of it and handed the tea to him. But then, the teacup started leaking, and the water dripped right onto the painting. This upset his grandfather greatly. The woman realized she had fallen into the man's trap. The cup had been secretly tampered with by him. The man seized the opportunity and claimed the painting was worth $10 million. If she couldn't pay, she had to divorce him and leave the house. But the woman remained calm, looking at the painting with indifference. She casually declared that it was just a fake, nothing to be upset about. The husband stubbornly argued that it was real. Little did he know, the real painting was with the woman. She pointed out that the authentic painting had a hidden flame symbol in the lower right corner. Changing the angle, the symbol became visible. But there was nothing on this painting. This left the man dumbfounded. Meanwhile, the news on TV reported the woman's unexpected death. And when her belongings were being sorted, the real painting was found. Hearing this, the grandfather was furious. He scolded the man for trying to fool him with a fake. The man quickly explained that he had been deceived. The grandfather, enraged, immediately handed over the family finances to the woman. Now, the man had nothing to say and could only stay silent. That night, he vented to his friends about the woman. But not long after, his phone rang. He was told that if he didn't return home before midnight, he'd be waiting for a body bag. The man was so shocked that his cup fell to the ground. He knew the woman would follow through with her words. But seeing so many of his friends around, he couldn't just leave like that and ruin his reputation. After